Hi. Decided to try and use the Blackboard to review this Chapter 3.9 test. Results weren't excellent, and I thought some people might need more time than others in this review. So let's get started. The first thing I noticed when I look at this, that when I go and combine my 6x with my minus 8, that gives me minus 2x. And I like to go to the negative sign, remember, so I got a minus. I've been having a little bit of trouble with this pen, but minus 2x. Now when I go over on this side, I look at 6x minus 8x, and I got minus 2x. Well, we have the same thing on both sides there, so when I add 2x to either side, I'm going to get 0. So what I'm looking at is that plus 5 here, and the minus 5 there is going to give me 0. So the x's are going to go away. I'm going to end up with 0 equals negative 3. It's negative 3 right here. Well, 0 does not equal negative 3, and that means that there is no solution. If it had been equal, it would have been all real numbers. I look at number 2, and I'm hoping everybody sees right away that we're on step number 1, clear fractions. And when I clear these fractions, I can see that these 2's are going to make a 1. So I have 5 times 7 and 5 times minus x on the left side of the equation. So 5 times 7 is 35. Oh boy, sorry about that. You guys are going to have to bear with me on this. Maybe I'll get better, or maybe this just doesn't work well. Huh? And 5 times x is 5x. Okay. So that when I look on the right-hand side, and many people made this mistake, they forgot to take the 2 to the x. And we got 6 instead of 2x, see? Because now when I add my 5x, add my 5x, of course I'm going to get 7x. And when I divide by 7 into my 35, and that is a 35, of course I get 5, so x is 5. And notice that this would have taken a second to put x is 5 right here. 5 right there. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1, so we have 5 equals x is 5. See how you can check that so easily? I think some people fail to do that. Okay, so this is one of the easiest problems. It says step 4. We're just going to draw and put a PR. And you know how I don't like to have that underneath the T, but oh well. PR. So T equals I over PR. Look at the substitute given values. All right, I'm going to just do that. I'm going to put the fact that V is 21, and that equals that 1/3. Let's try and make that 1. And of course, A we don't know. And the other number I'm putting in parens because it's being substituted, H. Now, right now, we could definitely put big parens and do step 1. And many of you should do that. And get 63 equals 3A. And divide by 3 and, divide by the 3 and coefficient of the A and get 21. Or, do you notice that here's 3 over 1, right? And so this and that cancel, and of course A is 21. The number of video stores to 2 decimal places, right? And all amounts to 1. Money to 2. Well, this would just be 1 decimal then. Find the percent decrease. An increase and decrease problem means that it went from 82 to 72, 89, excuse me, and 72. Well, that's 17, and that's of course over 89. And you just have to do that division, 89 and 17. And as you do that division, and I'll leave that to you. The local clothing store marks up the price that it pays to the clothing manufacturer by 25%. Okay, well, all right, it's not real bad. If the selling price is, wow, $114, how much did the clothing store pay for the jeans? So if they want to know how much the clothing store paid for the jeans, well, since that's what they want to know, we know that that's X, right? So they paid X. And then with that, what they paid, they marked it up by a quarter, 0.25. Oh boy, that's even worse 5 than before, isn't it? And, oh, that's 25% of X, right? Marked up the price that they bought it for by 25%. And that, of course, is going to equal 114. So that means that this is a 1 right here. We have 1x and 0.25x. So when you combine that, you have 1.25x. So when we divide by 1.25, we're going to get our answer. So remember, when you're dividing by a decimal, you have to move. Oh, that's a much better fine. You have to move the decimal, right? You can't have a decimal in the divisor. So we have to have 2 zeros here. And then there's a money, so you're supposed to go to 2 places on that. So again, I'll leave that to you. And it says find the slope of the line if it exists. Does it exist? Well, let's see. It's a horizontal line. Horizontal line does not rise and does not fall, so it has exactly a slope of 0. And that's such a huge thing, and I'm afraid that many of us do not get that. That slope is 0 because it doesn't rise and it doesn't fall, but it certainly has a slope. The only line that doesn't have a slope is a vertical line. Oh, this one right here. Find the slope of the line. X equals -2. So just real quickly, go over here and 1, 2, and x equals -2. I missed that. Straight line, and oh well, we see that's definitely a vertical line. X equals -2 at all these places. So notice that when we subtract -2 from -2 for the change in x in the denominator, right? -2 minus, and in parentheses -2. That we get 0, and we all know that 0 in the denominator is undefined. Find the equation of the line. Horizontal line. Horizontal line, isn't that, this is 7, that's a horizontal line, right? Okay. Find the horizontal line through 3 and -9. Well, if it's horizontal, -9 is right here. Let's look at that. It's horizontal. See, that's horizontal. If I drew it better. Anyway, what's y going to be? Y is always going to be -9. Okay, so that's a nice, easy problem. Y is -9. Now, we could have done that a different way. I like the way we did it. However, this one, let's look at this and see how all these problems we could do the same way. We have the knowledge of the slope-intercept form. And so remember, when we have a point, -2 being the y, and it's equal to the slope, 0, and we're supposed to put the x in parentheses. Oh, come on. And we're going to add our b, right? Well, when you look at that, we see that b is -2. b is -2. Well, when you put the y back in, the 0 back in, the x back in, and the b is -2, while the 0 takes care of the x, and we have the same thing as 9, we have y equals -2. Find the domain and the range of the function. Oh boy, that's right. We just didn't talk about that a whole lot, but we all do have talked about quite a bit that domain is x, and of course that makes range the y. And so the domain's the x values, 8, -7, and -5. You're supposed to put it in a bracket, so -5, -7, and 8. Right. Those are minuses. All right. Okay. And then the range, of course, is 5. So it looks like a set. Now, some people put in 3 5s because there's 3 5s, and that's fine. But the 5s are the same. Decide whether the equation describes a function. Okay. Y equals 4x plus 5. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Do we know what that looks like? I'm hoping we do, but some people didn't. So let's just look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over 1 and up 4, and draw, and oh my goodness, that's a line, and this line certainly passes the vertical line test, so it's a function, yes. This solve the compound inequality and graph the solution set, okay? So we're subtracting 7, we're taking 7 away from 5, and that's going to give us a -2. All right, so we got -2. And it's an open circle because it's not equal. And then when we divide by -7, well, negative into negative is going to be positive. 7 into 35 is 5. And that we just did that just a little while ago. So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And it also is an open circle. Oh, I almost had a decent 5. Oh, well. Okay, and let's see. Oh, that's a shade in. Oh, no, we don't shade in. That's right. We test. So over here we have -1,000. All right, so -1,000. X is -1,000. That's certainly less than 5. But negative times a negative is positive. That'd be positive 7,000. No way that's smaller than a negative number. Okay, and in here, of course, I personally love 0. 0 is the best one. So is 7 less than 5? No. And actually over here, I like 1,000. Now you could use 100. You could use 6. But I'm going to use 1,000. And certainly 1,000 is not less than 5. So this is odd, but it's no solution. Choose one alternative. Okay. Just one. Okay. Now x is an even integer. All right. I got that. And I guess it could be -2 too, right? -4, -6. All right. But b is just one of these 4 numbers, but look at those numbers are all odd. Okay. A and B. How many odd numbers are even? Wow, none. None. Yeah, none. So, wow, that was a nice, easy problem.